Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Ravenlok. This game recently came out on the Xbox Game Pass and we're gonna check it out right now. So what is Ravenlok? Ravenlok is a cutesy voxel style Alice in Wonderland adventure. It is I would say hack and slash, where you take on the role as the mystical hero returning to a corrupted wonderland. It's not actually called Wonderland, but it's very similar and obviously inspired by that story. The game starts off with you waking up under a tree, very Alice in Wonderland style, and you have to move into your new house in the country that your aunt used to own. So this area of the game, you just kind of run around, do a little bit of quests, help your family do stuff, and then you finally unlock the barn and you can touch the mirror, and the mirror is where the game really starts. So once you touch the mirror, you get turned into Wonderland. It's actually called something different, but you know, here I am. So we wake up from this flower and we meet our first NPC, and that is a rabbit. Yes, a white rabbit. How far does this rabbit hole go? Who knows? So he tells us we need to find a sword and shield, and that's basically it. We can run around. We can't attack anything because we have no weapons, but we got to find that sword and the shield. After we pick up both the sword and the shield, we can finally go inside and do the training. So the training is basically the tutorial. It tells you how to play. We have a couple of moves. We have attack and dodge, and we also have a magic move which doesn't use any like mana or anything like that. It's just purely cooldown based, but we launch all these ice orbs, does pretty good damage, and you'll be spamming that throughout the whole game because it's one of the strongest moves that we get. After we finish our training, we learn how to use our bombs and life potions. The game actually starts. So there's a lot of fetch quests in this game, but it doesn't feel as bad as other games where you have to run from one side to the other. We've got a teleporting mirror that can take us between two places, and also it's kind of designed that you see the quest objects in like a linear fashion. You're not really going to leave stuff behind as long as you search a little bit. And that's kind of how I like these games. We've got to pick up this fungus from this area. We got to do this. After we talk to a bunch of NPCs, we got to get into the mushroom forest, the cursed mushroom forest that is. So we get into the mushroom forest and we actually find our first bad guys to fight. We got these little mushroom dudes, and as you can see, the combat is kind of lacking. It's a spam fest. All you need to do is hit X and you can stun lock most opponents in this game, and then you can finish them off with your ice power or the other powers that you get for defeating bosses. Yes, there are bosses in this game, and they are nothing like Souls bosses or anything like that. They have a health bar, they have certain moves that they do, but they're quite easy to defeat. So after we fight all these mushrooms, we get talked to by the queen. Yes, the queen of this area, who is a monarch butterfly, very fitting. She talks to us about some stuff, and then we have to go to find a witch. We find the witch, and this she tells us that we have to get fungus for this blessing that we need to open the shop, and that's all cool and all, but we're feeling a little bit weak. So what we should do is talk to this little rat dude, and he can buff up our equipment. So this is basically the level up mechanic. You spend the stuff in the bottom right to gain levels which increase everything, not just like attack and HP. It also increases the damage in which skills do, all of them, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Then we got to this character here, this big dude. So he's hidden a bunch of these little soft toys everywhere, and you have to dance in front of them. Yes, that's right, you heard it right. You have to dance in front of them. And our character does a little jig. And then the stuffed toy just explodes. So that's always fun. After we finish doing all the quests around here, then we fight our first boss. And here he is. Some kind of Hydra-esque mushroom plant. So his battle's quite easy. Again, you just gotta dash in, hit him a lot, just dash away. There is a parry and a block, but I'd never really use it because you can just dash through most things. Now that we've seen pretty much everything that this game offers, it's time to talk about the goods and the bads. So, the goods. This game is really nice. I like the aesthetic style, I like the setting and the location. The corrupted wonderland-esque place is really cool. Characters are all unique and whatnot. All these fantastical creatures. And the texturing style that they've used is like a kind of pixelization, so they may not be square polygon models, but the textures they put on make it look like this voxel based thing, which I think is really cool because I really like the quests. They're cool. They are a bit short, but it does lead you on a path by giving you a little description of what you need, and you have to use your brain a little bit, not a lot, but it's just enough to make it worthwhile. The sound and the music are both pretty nice. You will get annoyed with the attack sound. It is one swoosh and it just drills into your head. Now we'll talk about the not so good stuff. So this game is very short. I completed it in 3.5 hours. Xbox says the completion is around 4 hours, so depending on how quick you are, you could do it basically in that time, which is not a long game. I feel like if this game was any longer, it would be better, but you'd have to fix some of these other things. So combat in this game is really bad. All it is spam attack and then use your special abilities on cooldown. Here's me fighting one of the bosses. As you can see, I just wait for the attacks to move out of the way, and then I just blow all of my skills on them and then just wait. And it does so much damage that it's kind of more of a spell game than it is a hack and slash. Another thing that could use a little bit of work is I felt like the items that you got, they really didn't do anything. You got a lot of bombs and health potions, and yes, you'd probably need to use the health potions at some point because you do take damage, but the bombs just felt like really gimmicky and they didn't do a lot of damage, and it just felt like you could use your skills to do more damage than the bombs would do. And the bombs also cost money, so you're kind of weighing the options between, should I even bother throwing the grenades or should I just use my skills? The answer is use your skills. They're free and they do way more damage. There's also a little bit of clashing when it comes to the aesthetic of this game. So you've got that cool voxel style that I really like, and then you've got some really polished matte paintings and 3D models, and they don't seem to work together. And I don't know if this was something happened and they just quickly switched to the voxels or anything, but as you can see, you got this beautiful, gorgeous room with this crystal heart in it, and it looks so different than anything else you see. Maybe that's a design aesthetic that I just don't know, but yeah, it kind of throws me out sometimes when I see it. But otherwise, this game is pretty good. If you've got Xbox Game Pass, I suggest, go play it. It's not a big download, and it's not long, so you might get halfway through and go, this isn't for me. That's fine. But yeah, that's the end of it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Goodbye. Did you know that I stream on Twitch? Yes, that's right. You can come by on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to see me play all sorts of games, mostly retro games, but sometimes newer games. I stream at 12 o'clock +8 GMT. I hope to see you guys there.